Hello everyone! Finally, after weeks of saying it would happen, our Karuta game is up! It's on our Patreon, not just for patrons. You don't need to pay a single cent. It is right there for anybody to go see. It's been long awaited. If you want to see what the stakes are, who won, and the battle between us, then go to patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. I think you guys will really enjoy it. All right, back to the proper episode.
This is Anime Out of Context, a comedy review podcast hosted by a weeb of the highest order, alongside a cynical man who knows nothing about anime. Our show features spoilers, explicit language, and poor fact-checking. Neither of our hosts are experts on any topic, and none of their opinions should be taken as fact. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I'm merely biding my time for the 6th mass extinction.
I'm Sean Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
Remington, we've had a bit of an interesting time recently.
Some ups and downs. Well, an up and a lot of downs.
Yes, I figured that today we should try and continue that upward trend, shouldn't we?
I so strongly support this idea, yes please.
Since I have something big planned in the works, and since you've been super busy editing, which you've been
terrifying.
doing, you know, nonstop, right? You've been editing the lovely video that we promised over a month ago, right? You've been working hard at it, right?
Yes, and check our Patreon. The Karuta game should be up now. It's available to everyone. Free content for everyone. It's over 40 minutes long. It's not great, but it's something. You can all go check it out now. Probably.
And if you're not, you know our email address. But Remington, I figured that since we've been so busy lately, and since I have something big planned, and you've been working on editing and all that jazz, I figured we'd do a nice easy one this week.
Oh, thank God.
The only catch is, Remington.
Oh, fuck.
If you don't like this one.
I already don't like this gamble.
Some people might be angry with us.
Yeah, no, I mean, that tends to happen.
Because, Remington, this is another one of our most requested shows.
Oh, fuck.
But it's one of those most requested shows that isn't exactly complicated, per se, but it is very much beloved.
Okay.
Tell me, Remington, have you ever heard of, Saiki Kuso no Sainan?
Oh, Jesus. Definitely not. No.
And I will preface that I probably horribly mispronounced it just based on the fact that there is a Greek letter in there. And
Oh, what?
And I think that Greek letter is Sai. It's the one that looks like a fork.
Sure, yeah. Sounds right.
What, do you not remember all of your Greek letters?
I think I think you are right.
You just don't want to cop up to knowing that you have no idea about as much as I do. And the only reason I'm assuming that it's Sai is because, Rem, the English title for this show is The Disastrous Life of Saiki K.
But of course.
It's still not ringing any bells, huh?
Not at all, no.
Oh, wow. You haven't been poking your heads in the emails and being like, oh, what's a Saiki K?
No, I don't do that.
No?
No, I'm a good ignorant boy.
Well, Remington, The Disastrous Life of Saiki K is a weird slice of life comedy show.
Okay, those tend to go all right.
As the name implies, Remington, The Disastrous Life of Saiki K is a show about our main character, Kusuo Saiki, or Saiki.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yep. And the general gist is, to the average person, Remington, psychic abilities might seem like a blessing. For Kusuo Saiki, however, this couldn't be farther from the truth. As he is gifted with a wide assortment of supernatural abilities ranging from telepathy to X-ray vision, he finds the so-called blessing to be nothing but a curse. As all of the inconveniences his powers cause constantly pile up, all Kusuo aims for is an ordinary, hassle-free life, a life where ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, no, it's a slice of life show about a psychic boy and all the comedic misunderstandings and accidents he gets into.
I'm like waiting for more. I'm waiting for like the twist.
The twist, Remington, is it's a comedy show. It's supposed to make people laugh and be funny. Your track record with comedy shows is not great, Rem.
No, they tend not to be very funny, in my opinion, at least with anime.
Which is why I am a little scared, because it's a very popular series, to say the least. We're going to be doing the bare minimum 3 episodes for it, because time is hard. But I feel like that should be a good amount to get you get a good feel for it.
It'll be enough for me to get an idea.
Yes. And, well, Remington, let me put it this way. Care to take a guess? I know I usually save this for, like, the second half. You know, it's like a big reveal after you've seen the show and everything.
This is going to be about the Mal score, then?
This is
my guess. All right, well, I don't have a lot of information. Slice of life, people tend to watch it more casually.
Yep, it's a slice of life, quick, like, gag comedy show, mostly.
I think people can get through it. Like, more people will watch more of it because it's just, they tend to be, like, milquetoast, inoffensive, just pretty straightforward. You don't need to pay too much attention. You can even have, like, a lot of these kinds of shows on in the background and pay attention to them, right? Mm-hmm. So that tends to do negative things towards the rating, but if it's been recommended highly, then it's at least rated favorably, unless people want to see me suffer. I'm gonna say like 7.65.
Okay. Just a little more clarification for you. So Saiki the whole time is trying to hide his psychic powers from people.
Yep.
He's trying to live a normal life, you know, like a good boy.
Of course.
You know, stay out of the spotlight and just not draw any attention to himself. Except so the craziest characters in the show are not Saiki, obviously.
Uh-huh.
So it's pretty straightforward, like, even-laced character with a lot of gags around him. And the funniness is from the quote-unquote normal people.
All right, I dig it.
So with 248,000 ratings, The Disastrous Life of Saiki K has a Mal score of 8.47.
Wow!
It is currently ranked number 106.
Oh my god, this is some beloved shit!
Yes. Which is why I'm a little scared, Rem.
Oh, fuck. You should be.
Yeah, I should be. So, hopefully this is a nice, short, easy, wholesome episode like when we did Nichijou.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna get a lot of angry emails, Rem, and
I mean, what could possibly go wrong, Sean?
Well, now that you've said it, Rem, we're gonna have to just dive into it. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter episode for you, bud, but hey, you like those, don't you?
Oh, please, yes. Plus, frankly, if I'm being honest, Sean, no one has said it, but I do feel like our podcast episodes have been going a bit long, which ain't terrible, but it's nice to have some short ones once in a while, I think. Give the people a break.
Yep. So, with that being said, you guys asked for it, and we're here to deliver. Let's go watch some Saiki K. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after consuming 3 or technically 12-ish whole episodes of Saiki K. Rem, I was a little dishonest about the length of the episodes. Mostly because Netflix is dishonest about it.
Yeah. Netflix is a liar.
Yes. Because rather than this is technically a short form anime, as it's mostly a bunch of 5-minute sketches. But Netflix don't do that. So they just put a bunch of them into one massive episode. And that's the way the series goes. So
which I would label as a non-ideal decision.
So are you telling me that I'm going to have to prepare my anti-weeb helmet again just so that I don't get all the shit thrown at me?
Sean, I don't know. I don't know how this episode's gonna end up. I got no fucking clue right now.
Well, I mean, if you were at least a little bit psychic, I'm sure you could think of something.
I mean, weebs are gonna be mad, but that happens no matter what I say.
Even if you like things, they tend to get pretty mad. How do you like this particular aspect and not this aspect?
Yeah, there's always at least one detail that people will be very angry at me for no matter what.
Yep, and I mean, this anime is very highly rated, man. 8.47 if you recall. So we'll have to see just how angry people are going to be, Rams. And since this is a comedy gag show, I can't wait to see exactly what you have to break down for me.
All right, so let's just go through the first mini episode, right? So it starts out, we got our protagonist, good old Saiki, he's walking down the street. He's being followed by two of, not his friends, but people who say they're his friends. There's a big old dude, and there's another one. And I believe their names are something like Kaido and Nendo? Something like that? Nendo. Yeah. And Saiki just doesn't want to be around him. And then they see a crying girl, and she wants her puppy. So everyone goes and tries to find the puppy. He uses his psychic powers to find the puppy, and he finds the puppy. There it is.
Uh-oh. Hold on, Rem. Very, very important question I need to ask you, Rem.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Disastrous Life of Saiki K, or did you watch The Disastrous Life of Saiki K Reawakened?
What the fuck do you mean?
Oh,
I did the one that was
Oh no, Rem. Oh, Rem, no! Rem, you fool!
I'm a fool! You said it was on Netflix!
It is!
I put in
Both of
Saiki
them
K
are
on
Netflix.
Netflix!
I figured you would have gone for the one without the secondary title.
No, bitch, I put in Saiki K and clicked on the first one!
Rem, you watched the sequel series! Rem! Rem, you literally skipped 120 episodes! Oh no! Oh god, how did I not prepare for this? Oh no!
How was I supposed to know? All I knew, Saiki K clicked on the first thing.
That was clearly a mistake!
Why would it be the first one?
Because it's the most recent one and Netflix likes to whore shit out.
Well, it succeeded.
Oh no! We're on completely different pages. What the fuck? I mean, that doesn't really matter for this show all that much, but still, like... You missed literally 100 episodes worth of character development.
Is there character development?
To an extent, yes. I mean, it's a...
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. It threw me in the deep end, but I feel like every short form anime has done that.
I mean, yes. But at least, you know, usually they do some kind of character introductions, Rem.
I mean, they sort of did here.
Rem, how could you? I can't. How are we supposed to do an episode on a show that you've seen, like, 3 episodes of, like, the 4th season or so? What the fuck?
It's the 4th season?
Something like that, man. It's a bit confusing, because since Netflix does its own thing, it's a little on the confusing side. Because, right, like, in the original Netflix listing, there are 3 seasons, and then you've got the Reawakened one, which I feel like if you saw Reawakened, that would have been the key title there. That would be the key obvious feature that would be apparent that this is, wait a minute, maybe this isn't where I should start. But
I wasn't told that there were different versions, so I just clicked the very first one.
Yes, you clicked the first one that very clearly says Reawakened, and it's right next to the one that does not say that.
It says Saiki K. That's all that I was just looking at Saiki K.
Didn't it seem a bit odd to you, Rem? How all of these characters are right there in front of you, and you know nothing about them?
You say this, and yet half of the anime, at least that we have done in the past 2 months, have pulled the exact same shit, Sean.
But most of them are bad anime, Rem.
I mean, yeah!
Jesus Christ. I don't understand how this happened.
I clicked the first one.
You click the one that aired in fall of last year, as opposed to the one that first started airing in 2016. You know how much content there is in between that, Rem? You know how much fucking anime is this show has produced in that time frame?
A lot.
Oh god, Rem, how are we going to do this episode?
Well, I guess now it's an episode on Saiki K Reawakened.
Oh no. This is worse than when we did One Punch Man. Because at least you watched the actual show before we got off topic. Oh.
Listen. I maintain it's a real easy mistake to make.
I mean, yeah, if you only read the first word in the title.
No, here's the thing. One sec. I'm gonna go to Netflix right now.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. Shit. Hey, give me Dylan's login information so I can log in.
I don't know his login information. I have my own Netflix.
All right, give me your Netflix info.
Absolutely not.
I have Dylan's anyway. That's the one I use. I use Dylan's, but I need to log in right now to prove a point.
Do you want me to just send you a fucking screen cap?
All right, search Saiki K, do a screen cap of the first page that comes up.
There you go. It is, like you said, the first one that shows up, but it also does very clearly say reawakened.
In small, though, it's big ol' says Saiki K, and then a little below it says reawakened.
Yeah.
It's also, I should know, it's a different cover than the one that I saw, which is interesting.
Yeah, no, Netflix is doing this weird thing where they're occasionally making covers out of, like, weird screen caps from the show. Like, if you look at that Haikyuu one, it's literally just a random-ass screen cap of them looking confused.
Netflix, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I agree.
When I searched it, here's let me share my experience with the class, okay, Sean?
Yes.
And then maybe eventually we'll talk about the show. So I search up Saiki K, right? And I had seen, through my struggles to spell it, just searching it online, right? To try and get to Netflix, blah, blah, blah. I saw, all right, pink hair. So I'm looking for pink hair. Cool. The first result, it says Saiki K. It has pink hair. I should note, for some reason, I don't know what cover it was using for the normal Saiki K, there was not a big ball of pink hair on, like, blatantly. It might have been in there somewhere, but on the first one, it dominated everything. So I was like, cool, all right, let's go.
This is the worst. Oh my fuck. What are people gonna think? Rem, you don't understand how heavily requested this anime is. And we fucked it up. We fucked it up so goddamn hard.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, should we get back into Saiki K Reawaken? Let me ask, Sean.
I guess.
We don't really have much of a choice. Are the reviews for Saiki K Reawakened different than the reviews for
Well, let me fucking
Saiki
check. Because I only thought that I would have to watch the first season, a bit of the second season of the start of the show. So I did not watch Reawakened because I honestly didn't realize it existed at the time.
Hey, see, you didn't warn me. In my mind, there was one entity, so I clicked the first one, and there it is. And sure, at the start you say Disastrous Life of Saiki, blah, 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 blah. The only thing that sticks in my mind is Saiki K. I click Saiki K. I'm gonna start a poll on Twitter when this episode goes up. Essentially, it's not gonna be is Remington a dumbass. The answer is yes to that one. But is this a fair mistake to make?
This is what I get for researching the damn show back in 2018. God damn it. I just never did it because I thought it would be, too easy of an episode. I don't know. But apparently they made a sequel series and they put it separate from the thing because they hate me.
God, we understand we're a little bit dumb here. But I maintain, Sean, Netflix is at least as dumb as us in all of this.
It has a higher rating.
Oh, fuck. That's not what I was hoping for. All right, well,
Wait, does it have a higher? Oh, no. It's lower slightly. It's 8.23.
I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. All right. Well, Saiki K Reawakened.
The fourth fucking season of a comedy gag series that has been long running for a hot minute.
I'll be honest. I feel like I got a grasp of the characters. I feel like the introduction to the characters, it's short form anime. Genuinely, I would not, there are some pacing issues, but I would argue those are maintained even if I knew what the fuck was going on.
Oh, God. Okay, let's continue. This is going to be a short mess.
Here's what's really gonna piss off the weeb, Sean. Now, when I have my complaints about Saiki K, people are gonna be even angrier and be like, well, yeah, you didn't watch 120 episodes. Which might mitigate some of my criticisms, but some of my other criticisms are still very much there. All right, so anyway, yeah, the first episode, they found a dog.
Oh, God.
That was the first episode. The next mini episode, the dad, who I'm just being introduced to.
Yeah, a character that we get introduced to in like the third episode of the miniseries. That we have a whole bit explaining his whole deal. How it introduces us to a character so we can understand the running jokes, Remington. God fucking damn it.
I understand his. All right, so he's a worker. He's a relatively immature for a dad. He plays video games. Really likes those. He has a job. He's a bit of a doormat of a man. I will say, for all its flaws, I feel like characterization, it did pretty well, even with me not having all of the backstory. But Sean, so am I correct in saying I'm about to review a bunch of stuff that you have no idea about?
More or less, yeah, because
Cool, all right.
So, contrary to popular belief, I'm not going to watch, like 120 plus episodes of a short form anime if I only need to watch a season or maybe 2.
All right, cool.
My research does not need to go that in depth for a gag anime.
All right, well, Sean, now I actually I'll be the one telling you about stuff. So, the dad, he is playing a game called Alien Buster.
I think I had that on the Sega Dreamcast, actually.
Hell yeah, brother. And the dad is playing it, and then he's like, "Oh God, I need to go, but son, if you could play this game for me, because there's an event quest going on for a one-of-a-kind item. But Saiki is terrible at video games." And so they have dialogue here, like the characters are talking to each other in the game, and it pops up as little text boxes. But both with these text boxes and just generally, Saiki K has the single fastest dialogue of any anime we have ever seen at all. There are no pauses. There's just very quick speaking immediately into itself, which can get a little bit difficult for a poor subs boy like me. So I got no idea what, like, the characters were talking about in the video game. No fucking clue. It was basically just he's trying to find a crew to get his dad the item, but he fails at it. And that's that. Then, the next episode bit, his dad is sick, but he has important stuff to work, so Saiki just switches bodies with his dad, goes to work, handles stuff, gets some drafts. He works at like a comic place, a manga publisher, right? And so he's going to get some manga from this one author. They're unfinished, so Saiki K uses his abilities to motivate and heal up the author, and boom, it heals it. Then we have yet another one where now Saiki K is at a diner. He's just chilling all alone, and then his mom and the moms of his friends, they show up, they start talking. Mom almost lets it slip that he's a psychic, but then covers it up. And finally, we end the episode, everyone's making pottery, and everyone has some real dramatic answers about their pottery. This was the good part of the episode. It was fun. Everyone's answers were like super melodramatic of just like, all right, what'd you make? Why'd you make it? What inspired you? And they all go just fucking all out. We get introduced to a bunch of characters. There's one girl, Terahashi, she literally glows and everyone wants to fuck her.
I mean, yeah, that's accurate.
And that is episode 1, or rather episodes like 1 through 5.
More accurate, like episodes fucking like 200
episodes
and something.
121 through 125.
Yeah.
All right, I have some questions, Sean.
Yes.
First of all, what is coffee jelly?
It's just coffee jello, essentially. It's gelatinized coffee, and it's Saiki K's favorite food. Yeah, there's actually a whole lot of backstory to the coffee jelly, believe it or not, early on.
It's sounds awful.
It's not, well, hold on, Rem, you hate coffee.
It is the inferior hot drink.
Coffee jelly or gelatinized coffee can actually be really good. There's actually a really awesome Binging with Babish video on it that's pretty entertaining, and it can be good. I mean, it's just coffee flavored jellos. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, it seems weird. But I guess let's compare, since you've not seen Reawaken. Is the dialogue in the original series this fucking breakneck? It is so fast, easily faster than any other anime we have ever covered by far.
It is very quick, but at least very early on in the series, it takes a certain amount of pace that you get introduced to everything, so that you kind of already have an idea of what's going on. And I think it assumes by this point in the series, you've seen enough that you're used to it by now.
No, man, there were some moments, like, I tried, especially during, like, the game dialogue, I had to try pausing a couple moments, and I was like, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't keep up. It's impossible. Now, most of it, I still get. I got it, right? It was just, for some moments, I was being actively strained compared to what I'm used to there. It was a little bit rough.
It's not so bad.
But here's where we get to one of my biggest critique, Sean. So I just described a bunch of different mini episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is supposed to be a comedy, and we've done many comedies. We've done many short form comedies. So many. Some have been really good. Others have been whatever. But there aren't really any punchlines. Like, this show feels like every episode has a setup and a premise that you're like, oh, I can see how this can get interesting. But then it doesn't. It just ends. I don't get it, Sean.
I see, the hard thing about this is, Red, I don't know what the fuck you watched. Because I know there are definitely setups and punchlines in, I don't know, the first 100 episodes. But I genuinely don't know the extent. Like, as soon as you came in and with the two characters that were not introduced in the very first episode, I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, because because you would have described them as the Chunibyo who wishes to be psychic and the big dummy guy his powers don't work on.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like, it would have just been rather that, and I just get blindsided with his two friends, and I'm like, wait a minute, you don't like friends. Wait a minute. Things are a little out of place. So it's a little hard for me to confirm or deny your stuff. I mean, there are setups and punchlines, and it's definitely the type of show that's supposed to have lots of little tiny gags and fast-paced gag style, but I just don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched it, Rem. I didn't think I needed to research this deeply. Oh, fuck. This is a disaster.
Oh, God. Little bit. Let us march on, Sean.
Yeah, might as well.
Here.
We're on this trailer. I'm not gonna make that joke. Never mind. Just go on. What's next?
All right, so the next episode, it starts off with disasters caused by useless abilities. Saiki K, his limiter, which is just his little antenna, one of them is broken. And the side effect of that is that you just have a bunch of different useless powers. This was one of the more interesting episodes, admittedly, just because at least there's interesting stuff going on. Like, it starts out, he has a force field he can't control, and he almost kills his dad with it. He ends up spawning a bunch of, Russian dolls. What are they called?
Matryoshka.
Matryoshka? Yeah, there we go. Matryoshka. Dolls, and almost drowns in them. He has laser eyes at one part. He can make coffee taste real bad, which joke's on him. It already is. He can
Look, man, you're in no position to be throwing shade right now, man. You watched the entirely wrong show.
He turns tea into soda. Just a bunch of wacky stuff. But, like, none of it goes anywhere. It's just, like, a bunch of wacky stuff happens until eventually he gets the power to fix it. And then it's fixed. Ta-da! And then, here, let me tell you one, right? Because maybe you can see the enjoyment in that one. Let's have the follow-up one. I'm really confused, like, where the Joker entertainment is in this one. There's a card game that blue-haired boy is obsessed with, right?
Right.
So Saiki and Buff Boy, they show up, and they make fun of him for playing a card game with children. But then they're like, oh, maybe we play the game. So Saiki K is like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make it so that the big dumb man gets amazing cards.
Nendo.
And beats blue hair boy.
Kaido.
Kaido, who has spent so much time and money in this game. And so then he does, and that's it. I guess there's like one joke where dumb boy thinks that they're playing Old Maid for a minute, but like that's it. There's no things are happening, but I don't know why things are happening. There's no point to any of it, Sean.
I mean, maybe we'd know if we had context for the other 100 episodes or so.
No, I'm telling you, Sean, there is no context here. If there was context, don't you think there'd be any in the goddamn episode?
I don't know, man. A lot of gag manga are based on the prior knowledge of the characters. Like, a lot of gag manga start out with pretty straightforward gags to help you get to know the characters.
I understand the characters, Sean. They're pretty fucking straightforward. I get it, but there's no jokes. It very much, so often, it'll feel like I am watching a YouTuber comedy skit that caters to like 11-year-olds. You know the type. We've all know the type. And it's like, hey man, if that's your thing, sure. I don't get it. 'Cause it's just, oh man, what about, oh wow, this is happening, it's fast-paced and wacky. But like, there's no point. There's no point, Sean. Later on in episode 2, there's a little episode that essentially, wait, here, oh, this is gonna be great, Sean. This is gonna be great. Because it makes so much sense. Oh my god. So Saiki K in the episode is like, hey, like he's telling his friends like, oh, I guess we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary for Saiki K. And I assumed, like, it was very metatextual, so I assumed that like the manga was first written 5 years before that episode was aired, right? Now now I understand. It was not talking about that.
No. It's not talking about that because it was almost fucking 5 years ago, Rem.
So, they're like, oh man, we're gonna celebrate, but wait a minute, who are those guys? Aren't they from that very popular anime, Our Hero Studies? And you have some, like, discount heroes, right?
Right. Poking fun at Hero Academia, I imagine.
I guess? Yes, it's referencing My Hero Academia, but there's no joke there. Like, the heroes go to teach the school, and they're like, your anime is trash, guys. Your characters are bad, and you need better shit. And maybe this isn't even like, I don't think this is one where like, oh, maybe I would see some jokes if like I saw a bunch more of Saiki K. It's like, maybe I need to be a bunch more of a weeb to understand, because so often Saiki K Reawakened will like reference another anime, usually also pointing out like, oh man, we shouldn't have blatantly said that anime name. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I mean, that's how a lot of long-running gag manga end up going. They get very pop culture heavy. There's a very, very popular one out there that we have not covered because I don't think you're fucking ready for it, because there's so many goddamn anime references. It's
not doing anything with them. It feels like late stage Family Guy, where it's like, hey, this thing exists, doesn't it? Yeah, that it does. That, you are correct. I do recognize that thing. Comedy.
We're gonna get so many emails.
There's just not a point to these. And so the episode ends with Saiki K transporting them. Essentially the hero was like, all right, if you want to be a hero, here's some questions. And it's like sort of trolley problem. What would you do in this situation? Would you be a hero or not? And so Saiki K transports them to a world where they actually have to face those dilemmas. And that lasts 10 seconds, and that's the end of that episode. But there's not a punchline. Maybe, I'm gonna be generous and say that, like, maybe the show started out good. But I'll be honest, y'all, I don't think the quality stays there.
We're gonna get so many emails.
The third episode, it has a lot to do with a new teacher who has a perverted face, right? His thing is, he has the stereotypical pervert, suspicious face that you see in manga or anime, right? But it's like resting pervert face. Which is like, like the most interesting premise they have. Like, there's a place to go. There's an actual like comedic premise that they sort of work with, but it's mostly just, haha, is he a pervert? Oh no, that's just his face, though. Oh, I don't know, maybe he's a peeping Tom. Nope, he's not a peeping Tom, he just really needs to poo. And I'm not fucking with you, Sean, that's the joke. Which, once again, for the younger kids in the audience, I think you would have a great time. I think this show would be phenomenal for you. For the teenagers, young adults, adults and above. I don't know if there's much there for you.
Oh no. Oh boy. This is gonna be our most controversial episode yet, Ram. Fuck it, the Attack on Titan episode, people are gonna be like, oh, that was small potatoes compared to this.
Oh, man. I maintain, Sean, are we to blame a little bit? Sure. Is Netflix to blame? Hell yes, it is, Sean.
I mean, I blame Netflix for a lot of shit. After what they did to things like Evangelion, it's hard to...
See? We can rally. We didn't ruin this episode by our ineptitude, Sean. Netflix ruined this episode by its marketing decisions to try and get you to watch things you didn't intend to, which unfortunately do work.
Yeah, you're still not getting rid of all your blame, though, there, Rem.
So, they go to Purple Hair's house, and he has a gang house. And there is one bit of visual comedy where they show him in, like, preschool as a full-on mafioso motherfucker, which is great. I don't know. Next thing, we got Saiki K. He's watching the great show Midnight Sweets, which he loves, apparently. He fucking adores it. And on that show, he hates the guest, which is an actor, but the actor is Terahashi's brother, you know, the one everyone wants to fuck. The brother also really wants to fuck his sister. Like, the brother's character is that he really, really wants to fuck his sister. And so Saiki K is like, I don't know if I want to watch, but then they're like, we're doing this episode on coffee jelly, and he's like, oh shit, I guess I gotta. And that's that episode. I feel like Saiki K, reawakened. It's it's what happens when, like, if you had really interesting ingredients, right? Like proper ingredients for a really unique and delicious meal, but instead of combining them or following a recipe, you like scattered them around the kitchen in some attempt at modern art, right? And all of these scattered ingredients, the pepper on the walls and the ketchup oozing out of the refrigerator, it might be interesting. I might look around just at the sheer spectacle of it, but I would not describe it as tasty or delicious. And if I was at a restaurant and that's what they gave me instead of my food, I probably wouldn't go there again. There's just not a lot, maybe, in the original series.
It's a decent metaphor, but you also did go to, like, a fancy fine dining place in the middle of, like, the 8th course.
But it was a very weird 8th course, and if this is indicative of their other courses, I don't think I'm interested.
God damn it. I don't know how we're gonna be able to release this episode, Ram.
Well, we're going to, and people are gonna see the title. Saiki K reawakened, and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, did they do the first one? No. Then they're gonna listen to the audio of part one, the very short part one.
They're gonna have the exact same reaction I think. We're probably gonna list it as the normal Saiki K, maybe throw a question mark in there. But people are gonna quickly realize that we fucked up.
But nonetheless, it wasn't unpleasant to watch. Just like, it was interesting, but it wasn't good.
God damn it. Oh, I suppose we're gonna have to end it here, just because I don't know where to go from here. All of my preparation is down the fucking toilet at this point. And also, the Discord connection is fucked up.
Yup. Of course, this is how it would go. Just Sean having connection problems. Everything's gone wrong. What a clusterfuck of an episode. We thought it would be nice and easy. Nice and simple. Who could fuck it up? The boys at Anime Out of Context. He just keeps hopping in and out. His internet is dead. It's fucked over there. You know, I can fucking close us off in this abomination upon man and God. All right, here, wait. I need to I need to put on my best Sean impersonation. All right, here I am. I'm Sean Rollins. All right, Remington. I guess we have one last question to ask you, buddy. What would that be, Sean?
Break his fucking legs.
Would you like to
I
watch more Saiki K? Perhaps the original series with me?
Oh my fuck.
You know what, Sean? I think I'm going to pass. I think the pacing was a bit off. I don't think the comedy hit much. If this is indicative of Saiki K, then I don't know if I am interested in. Oh, people are gonna get angry at you for that one, Remington. Yeah, when don't they, Sean? They always seem to get angry at me. All right. Well, if you enjoyed, then feel free to support us.
I'm back,
by
you
leaving...
son of a bitch. How long have you been doing this?
Don't worry about it, Sean. All right, we're on the outro now. Take it away.
Dylan, if you love me, you will cut out the majority of that, please.
It's too good, Dylan. It's too good.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna have to re-listen to this episode and I'm gonna hate myself even more because of it, but fine. Rem, I have one final question I need to ask. Any chance
No, we already covered that.
What the fuck do you mean you've already covered that? The fuck do you mean? Rem, we have a rhythm.
No, yeah, we did it. We're on the next bit about reviews.
I'm going to break your fucking legs.
Oh, fuck.
Fine. Have it your way. Way to give our editor, who's already overworked, even more work.
No, he doesn't have a lot of work to do. I handled most of it. It's still nice and simple.
Uh-huh. If you would like to support us directly, then you can leave a review on whatever platform you listen on, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify. Word of mouth is an excellent way for us to grow. And if you'd like to help us even more directly, although at this point I don't know why you'd want to, you could head on over to patreon.com/animeoutofcontext, where you can gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus content, including having the opportunity for Rem to horribly mispronounce your name. Rem, who are we thanking this week, and how much longer do you think you have to live before I come over there and kick your ass?
Not long. It should also be noted, as I'm about to read these names, like we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, the long-awaited cards game is up on the Patreon for not just patrons, for anybody to see. If you guys didn't see the link on Twitter, you can go check it out. It's a good time. It's 45 minutes of mediocrity. So anyway, I would, of course, like to thank our bland bitch protagonists as well as our magical girls. But moving on, we reach the Yandere Waifus, who just shame us for watching what we really shouldn't have. And on that list, we have Cheese Monkey, Sarah Birch, Kazu Morocco, I forgot to change my username, Sean Roche Rollins, Juliana.
Hey, now don't go giving out my gamer tag like that.
Salty Pretzel, Glenn Michael Dolan, Jacob Livingston, H. Wood, Farmer I'm too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts weeb, Alexander Nasiensenyo, Remhub, Andrew Rowicki, Matthew B., Devin McCutcheon, Sage Schiffner, Reverse Gizmo, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Sean Onichan Daisuke, Ready to be Isekai, Kenneth Reed, Remington Merrill, I'm Remington Jason, as always, fuck your sister from Australia, Apostle of the Church of Remington, Snap Sips, it's a 0 because nobody cares if you kill kids with no names, Ichigo 015 Simp, Echidna is Best Girl, Old Man Rom, Remington is not a man of culture, Foxen Boy, The Booty Knight, Andrew Sinclair, Jax, Dark Swarm 713, Yuno Gasai, Kitty, John Menenga, Tony Doki Doki Sean is my husbando, Ariel Bird, Zombieland Saga, are you okay dating a pervert, and how to not summon a dragon lord were the fault of me, DeForest, and I won't it got cut off. I'm sorry. It doesn't tell you there's a character limit, but its character limit is longer than it actually shows us. I just want to tell you all that so that you're less disappointed.
Also, spamming your recommendations in the Patreon will not make them come any sooner. I promise you that.
We move on. We reach the boy wizard tier, moving to Harry Potter in Hogwarts. Everyone's getting a weird side character. Good old weird side character. So we got Spicy Log Horizon, who's one of the best written isekai, use the BS rule, hot take. You get Colin Creevy. He's an amateur photographer. He's just a happy young dude. We got Delina Perez. Delina, you are gonna get Oh, you know who you need in your life? You need Victor Crumb. What a hunk. What a muscular man. Miguel De Leon. Miguel, you get Ollivander. You gotta make all those wands as much as you'd like. Pilkster, the Symphogear advocate. You are going to get Zacharias Smith. Good old, we all remember Zacharias Smith, you know?
I mean, I do, but that's not really, that's not a good frame of reference.
I don't.
It's okay, he doesn't really matter.
Yeah, none of these characters do. That's the point. Rare, now that you've reviewed Hebe UFO, please review the side story movie, Liz and the Bluebird Kumiko. You get...
Nothing. You get nothing. You're pushing your luck.
Oh, you get Katie Bell. Good old Katie Bell. A teammate on the Quidditch team.
Yes. Very relevant in the sixth book, if I remember correctly.
She was cursed.
Yes.
Cool. Then we have Killer Queen Requiem. You are going to get Romilda Vane. She wanted Harry's attention. I don't remember any of these characters. It's been like 15 years. Enrique Perez Torres. Enrique, you are going to get Cormac McLagan.
Cormac McLagan?
Good old Cormac McLagan.
Cormac McLagan.
It's Ron's nemesis. Good old Cormac. MT the Poet, you are going to get the Fat Lady. She's all yours, MT. The good old, do you get the painting or the woman inside the painting? Why not both? The Fat Lady.
The Fat Lady is my one, too. Anyway.
Dedicated Sadist, you get, Madam Hooch. You get the Hooch.
Hold on. You can't phrase it that way. I don't think you can phrase it that way.
Finally, Frack Me, Mr. Peanut Butter. Frack Me, Mr. Peanut Butter, you get none other than, Professor Sprout. You get Professor Sprout, all yours. We move on. We get to, the final tier, the highest tier, the Chef Namusco tier, where now everyone is getting, in honor of Saiki K Reawakened, you are getting the setup of a joke, but I'm not giving you the punchline.
Oh God. You're gonna throw even more shade. Okay, here we go. I'm in the abyss myself, man, and mostly due to the pure mess that this is gonna be, but hopefully they appreciate it.
This is our worst episode. Ross Palmer, a blind man walks into a bar. That's all you get. Let's go. All right, Emoto I got Uwu Waluigi for life. Oh, what's orange and sounds like a parrot? There you go. That's yours. I'm more offended by Remington's blasphemy towards coffee than any opinions he has had on anime. All right, well, this also won't be a good episode for you.
Don't worry, it's not a good episode for anybody.
All right, you get a Mexican magician says he will disappear on the count of 3. There's the setup. Oh, the worst one of these that I've ever done, I think.
Yep, nope, I agree.
All right, Almighty Sinner. A man walks into a library and orders fish and chips. Who knows what happens next?
You know people are going to be Googling these jokes and they're going to be even more disappointed by the punchline.
Zachary Shirley has a football team made out of golden retriever puppies. It's not in the rule book that I can't. To that I ask you, why do blind people hate skydiving? And last but not least, we have Silicon Spectre. Silicon Spectre, for you, what's the difference between an Irish funeral and an Irish wedding? And there we go. Those are the jokes. Who knows what the punchlines are, boys?
I feel like we are the fucking punchline, Rem. We are the punchline of this joke of an episode. I'm glad it's going to be a short one because I don't know if I can take it anymore.
It's not even going to be that short anymore is the problem. The first part's like the shortest we have ever done, but then we spend like 20 minutes bemoaning our fate. If you'd like to contact us directly, whether for a comment, question, feedback, recommendation, or just asking us, what the fuck are you guys doing? And we have no answers to that. You can either tweet us at AnimeConPod on Twitter or send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
We're gonna have to come back to Saiki K and start from the beginning. Oh God, that's gonna suck. Okay, but once again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you, even though we're apparently the biggest dumbasses in podcasting. And as always, don't fuck your sister.
Do 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 do. All right, but also now, Dylan, I need you to answer at the beginning. Fuck heffalumps and woozles.